I got
the ads.
Now we're live. Now you can say hello to everybody.
Hi, Shatika. Hi, Amy. Hi, anyone else lurking at the moment?
And I'm looking at why does that look so strange? My screen is big, so big I can't see anything. Even if I shut it down. This is so strange.
We look quite small on my one.
There we go. Live chat. Turn on the filters, all messages. Yay! We're there. We are there.
So when it's Labor Day, is it a long weekend for you?
Yeah.
So you've got tomorrow off, or you had Friday off?
Usually it's, Monday.
Right.
Monday. Whoops. Where's my thing? Here we go. Okay. And now I need to get my plug in. Hello, Miss Linda. Hello, Miss New Grandma.
Yes, congratulations, Linda. How's Bub doing?
Okay. Stop. Get this thing so it doesn't fall over. I don't see that happening. There we go. That's better. That's better. Okay. Hello. Get this volume turned down. That's better. Whoops. No, don't do that. Oh. I keep touching things and messing it up. There we go. There. Good. Mom and baby doing good. Okay, good.
Oh, lovely.
I know baby went to the NICU right after she was born. Is she still in there? She's doing okay? Everything is hunky-dory? She said that her water broke and she just immediately went into labor and everything was just super fast. Like within half an hour, baby was born.
Wow.
Oh. Next to you, Mama Gwen. Oh.
Hi, Gwen.
Okay, she'll probably get out of the NICU tomorrow. Good. So they're just observationing. Excellent.
And how's your week been, Robin?
Incredibly, ridiculously busy. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 classes last week.
Wow.
And then worked all day at the shop, did the crochet lessons. The lady, 5 pounds. Okay. 5 weeks early. Yeah. And then, of course, all the usual junk.
Mm.
And it was just busy.
I thought so. I didn't hear much from you last week, so I figured you were busy. But then I was busy tearing my hair out of my new computer. I didn't really notice.
Yeah. I think I can make hang on. I think I can make us bigger.
Okay.
There, that's better.
Oh,
that's more better.
Scary. That's scary. I'll just sit back a little bit, guys.
Mr. Steve, we missed you at bingo last week. Yeah, we missed you at bingo last week, Steve.
Oh, you missed Steve, but you didn't miss me.
We did miss you.
No, you didn't. This is the first you've mentioned it since I brought it up.
Well, you were.
I'm very rarely there.
I know you don't often make bingo because it's in the middle of the day. Yes. Oh, Steve was occupied. He was too busy to hang out with us. Mister's daughter came over today. That's right. Linda won.
Yay.
And she's already spent her prize money and she's ordering. Oh, I don't know if I can tell people what you ordered. Maybe there's little pictures listening. But she's placed an order. a special order, no less, where I had to go out and buy stuff.
No.
No, she ordered some earrings for Christmas presents. And surprisingly, what she ordered, I didn't have. So, but that was fun. I found one of the, there's a lady here that's, I don't know, how far away is, not Rathdrum. Well, how far away is Rathdrum?
20 miles.
How many miles away? It's more than 20. About 20 miles away. And it's an Etsy shop, and she has thousands and thousands of charms. So almost anything I need, I can get from her. And so that's where I went. And I found exactly what she was looking for. And then I went shopping because, we're not paying shipping.
Rathdrum.
And it's not actually Rathdrum, but it's one of those little towns. I can't think of the name of it. It's one of the ones that we've been to before. But I've ordered things from her before, and she does
7 miles.
She does a super job. She gets it to me quick. And well, in the process of talking to her, I found a charm that I really, really liked. And I said, hey, because she does some where she makes them like special order. And I was looking at one of the ones, and I said, can you replace this with this? And can you replace this with this? And can you say this instead of that? So basically, we're designing up a special charm that I think you guys are going to be very happy with. And so I got to get those ordered. And, well, the rest of my order in and get it. But, I mean, once she pulls the order together, it'll be here in a couple of days. I could literally drive over there and pick it up.
Would that be cheaper, though, with the cost of petrol?
Well, no, because at this point I've got free shipping. So
yeah.
But I did find some cute things that for stitch markers. I got a lot of things for stitch markers that I'm going to put together. So I was really happy about that.
Nice.
And then I told her, hello, Miss Bridget. And then I told her a couple of things that I was looking for. I knew she didn't have. I haven't been able to find anywhere, but I told her if, be on the lookout for this and this. And one of them was a Mastiff, our dog. There's every dog in the world out there except the Mastiff. So we shall see if she can come across some. But I'm really excited for the one that I'm having her make.
Yeah, I was saying to Robin, this is the first time I've picked up a crochet hook or a knitting needle in like 3, maybe 4 days, because I've been trying to come to terms with my new computer, which I really don't like at all. It's full of bloatware. It's full of apps that I won't use. It's full of spyware, which I was surprised. Well, not really spyware. It's remote access for customer support, which I'm not happy with. That all needs to go. No one has access to my computer except me, and especially not remotely.
Yeah.
So I've been searching through all of the things, all of the apps that are on there, deleting things. I really detest Windows 11. Oh, so many features that you can't turn off. You can't turn off their store. And if you click on more information about something, it takes you to their store and says, here, buy this for another $150.
Good Lord.
No. So I'm actually seriously considering going to Linux. Does anyone in here use Linux at all, or one of their distros? I'm thinking that's where I will go. My last installation was Windows 7. Sorry, guys, it's not a computer channel, but it's just really got my goat.
Yeah. Well, new computers are so difficult to figure out anyway.
Yeah, I am computer literate to a certain degree. I know what I want. I know what I don't want. And I'm really disappointed when I had a lot of faith in the guy who was building it for me. He's a computer tech. I doubt he built it though, because there were things that he knew I didn't want that are there.
Yeah.
And also my old hard drive, there was nothing wrong with it, wasn't installed as well. So I've lost all of the commercial programs that I had bought.
You had a bunch.
He did transfer my data over, which was good. But things like Camtasia Studio and other software is just not there anymore. So sorting all that out, it's been a nightmare. It's all I have done. I think I played 2 rounds of Word Twist last night, which is like a online boggle game. 2 games. They last 4 minutes each, and that was it. That's my total entertainment for the last 3 or 4 days. Yeah.
Yeah, technology. No, we don't do well with technology around here.
No.
We like string and sticks.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
String and
So
sticks.
I shall try not to blurt out more information about what I found and what I don't want, what's going on, and just use my hook and take all my frustration out or let it out on the blanket.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man. So what is everybody working on? Mr. Steve, you were working on hats last time we talked. Yep, strings and sticks and crafty bits.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 cans on a string to talk to each other. That's a long string to get to Australia, though. Hello, you. I know all that stuff's in your way.
No, just perfect.
You're going to get no. Hey. You are all tangled up. Come here. Get out of there. Oh,
but before all of the new stuff started with the computer, I was attempting to make a hat a day. So I got 5 hats done. 5 hats. They're very simple. They're just double crochet, these ones. And I did try to make another one. And I sent a picture to Rob, and it's so big. It's almost like one of the hats you see Chinese workers wear.
Yes, that's what I was thinking too.
When they're in the rice paddies, it's huge.
Yep. Those big shade hats.
Oh my gosh, went wrong in the
Linda's got 8 rows left to go on her shawl.
Yay! So yes, so I've got a little bit of catching up to do with my 1 hat a day. The organisation that I donate to, they closed down for a month or maybe 6 weeks over summer. And I figured if I did one every day before their cut-off date, I'd probably have about 90 hats done.
Wow.
But I'm a few behind.
I don't think anybody's going to blame you.
Yes.
That's amazing. Yeah. Just in time for her weather to change.
Yes.
Amy's making.
They don't open up again until mid-January or late January, something like that. So it might be 2 months that they're closed for. And by then they will start getting requests in for winter gear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Steve, what are you working on these days? Besides visiting with your family. How long was your family there?
Yeah. I'm with you, Gwen, about crocheting like wildfire when you're mad. And I've been doing those hats, so everything's double crochet. So at the moment, I'm supposed to be doing a drop double and then a single and a drop double and a single for the mosaic rectangle shawl and a blanket. And I keep doing double crochets all along the way. So how long we've been here? 15 minutes, and I've done about 10 stitches because I keep having to pull it out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we all know how that is. So, and then, okay, so the big question, Linda, you've got 8 rows to go. What are you going to do after this shawl is done? Have you got your next project lined up? And Mom Gwen, what are you working on these days? Steve isn't going to tell us. It's a big secret.
No, secret project, Steve.
He was working on a bunch of hats. Oh, hi, Jet.
Hi, Jet.
Hello, Miss Carrie. Speaking of which, that's why I was late, Cheryl, because I was making something for Jet. I was working on her project.
I wasn't sure because I hadn't heard from you. And I thought maybe it's this week. Maybe I just walked last week and thinking it wasn't on last week, and it's this week that it's not on.
No, I was over there sewing. So I don't have good light in that corner, so all I have is a little tiny lamp that I typically point at the sewing machine. Yes. And so I was trying to get a little bit done before it gets dark, because when we're done here I won't be able to sew. It's too dark over there to sew. And I goofed around too much today and didn't get nearly as much done as I needed to in the daylight. It was my grandson's birthday, and then his fiance, her birthday's tomorrow. They were born 12 hours apart. So I went over there to visit them and give them their present. And then I told them, I go, yeah, sucks to be an adult. Now you get to share a present. Yes. And then we went out to lunch. And so I was pretty much there all afternoon, but I haven't spent any time with them in a while. So.
Oh, Jet, that's no good that you lost all of that. Yeah.
Morgan, guess what Steve's doing?
I
haven't called that lady back. I kind of keep avoiding it. I need to do that. The lady that's got the loom for sale. Steve's warping his loom. Isn't that's a thing, right? Where you're setting it up? I don't know exactly what it means, but I kind of know what it means. Mama Gwen,
is that where you like a warp and a weft, and you do one?
I think that's the setting up of it. I don't know. I don't have any idea. Mama Gwen's got a blanket and a shawl finished, working on a king size blanket and a duster with pockets. Okay. Mama Gwen, Miss Bridget is having. Oh, you're getting more lighting in your sewing. I don't have a sewing room. I have commandeered the dining room table. So I've got my crap from one end to the other, just like normal. Just like before I took the yarn outside, now everything is covered in fabric. Yeah. Fabric and sewing. But there's just the light in this house is just awful. And I'm over in a corner. If I was on the other end of the table, it would not be any better. So I thought maybe I would have the light from like the dining room lights, but it's just bad.
No.
It's just bad. And unless you're trying to do something at the table, it doesn't matter. I could set it up in here, but the only thing I could maybe do in here would be set up a table right over here in front of the window.
Then you can't open
but then you can't open and close the windows, so that's not a thing.
The shutters.
Yeah, nobody around here minds me taking over everything for crafts. They're used to it.
Yes, I've got my son's where I am now. This is my son's old bedroom before he left home a couple of years ago. And I told him, if you need to come home or want to come home for a visit, give me a couple of weeks' notice. So you can actually, use the bed. She's got boxes of stuff on it, and I'll clear out one drawer in his dresser for him. He can live out of a suitcase while he's here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I had to build a shelf unit because again, no storage in this house at all. There's no shelves, there's no cupboards, there's no closets, there's no drawers, there's nothing. So when we first moved in, my grandson and I built a shelf unit in the bedroom, and that's where the majority of my yarn is. Although it's getting a little thin, I can see open pockets.
Oh, wow.
I know it's not good. But what that means is I need to
buy more yarn.
Shop. No, I'll go out to the shed and bring in another box of yarn from out there, because I'd like to get it all out of there because that's outside and I don't really like it. But I probably got.
How long has it been in the shed?
A year.
Okay, so it's
Since
not
we-
affected by the cold weather, like it doesn't leak or anything.
No. It's a really nice shed.
Okay.
I know, right, Amy? I'm running out of yarn. It's a problem.
Not hard.
Mister doesn't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dana wouldn't have came and sorted through all your stuff.
Yeah, Dana made me get rid of a whole car full of yarn. And so we pretty much emptied out everything that I had stashed in Morgan's room. Pretty much. I probably have
One closet.
10%. No, we emptied that whole closet too. Yes.
Wow. Well done, Bridget.
The only thing that I have left in there is the cubby. There's 2 or 3 containers in the cubby that have stuff in them. I cleaned out all of the cabinets, all of the cupboards, her closet, everything. That's right, my Cascade hookup. I do like they're getting some beautiful fall colors in. Oh my gosh, they're so nice. So nice. But, and then I just found out today the grandbaby we've got coming is a girl. But I still think that yellow and gray is going to be just fine that we had picked out for that one blanket. So I am going to have to get moving on that.
You could finish off that little dress as well if you haven't.
Yeah, aren't you funny?
Ripped it out for her,
No,
like when, and you'll have it ready for when she's that size.
That's true. She'll fit in about if it's his same. If this kid's as big as the other kids, she'll fit in it in January.
Is it the sister of the other one? Okay, yeah.
Yep, same parents. Yeah. So likely she'll be just as big.
And so even in winter, if she's got a little long sleeved.
Yeah.
Well, we'd call it a skivvy, long sleeve t-shirt.
T-shirts, yeah, undershirt, things like that. Yeah, that'd be nice, Bridget. But I am purposefully not learning how to spin. I've made it with effort, just like I'm purposefully not learning how to dye. Although the lady that we're half thinking of buying the loom from is chomping at the bit to teach me how to dye yarn. And I think more than anything, she just wants somebody to play with.
Yeah.
And that's her big thing. And you know what she told me, Cheryl? I've probably told you guys this before. She told me she's got a whole tote of Merino blanks from Australia.
Oh, merino.
Mm-hmm. That she wants me to likely buy.
Right.
I think that's why she wants to teach me so she can sell me all the stuff she's got.
Yeah. Yep. I have a few undyed hanks of merino that I got, Australian merino. And I was going to dye it, but I thought I want to, but I don't want another interest.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to stay away from.
Yeah. So I'm going to just use it as it is.
Oh.
Just use it as. Yeah.
Never thought of that.
It's not spun. It's not whatever you call it before it's drawn out and spun and all that sort of thing.
Oh, so it's raw
blanks, not what blanks. I don't know the terminology, but yeah, it's just wool. It's just a hank of wool. It's very pretty cream color.
Feeling that this was actual yarn, but I could be wrong.
Oh, more mistakes.
Maybe I'll make a point of calling her tomorrow. Okay, you guys, we're going to try something strange here. We got, okay. Do you know what corn dogs are, Cheryl? Do you guys have corn?
Kind of. They're like a Frankfurt inside a batter.
Yes. Okay. So it's easy cornmeal batter. Well, so the other day, Morgan and I, my dressing is heart-shaped. Thank you, Morgan. So the other day we were at the store, she and I, looking in the frozen foods, And then they had these itty bitty little corn dogs. So these are itty bitty little corn dogs in a dill pickle batter. We had to get that. So it's not a heavy dill pickle. So we're going to try it, you guys. We're giving it a try. They're called pickle pups.
Pickle puffs.
Okay, a little teeny tiny sausage in there. Oh, it's good. Mmm. Mmm. It's not super.
And how is a dill pickle different to any other thing, cucumber that's been pickled?
Oh, sweet pickles. They're either sweet or dill.
Okay.
Yeah, this is dill. I prefer dill. And
The dill flavoring.
oh, I didn't know that, Steve. I didn't even know they had in their batter for what? Because they don't have corn dogs, do they?
Chicken, probably.
Our Chick-fil-A doesn't have corn dogs. Oh, honey. That is good. You know, I normally don't eat in front of you guys, but I had to try that. Oh, and their chicken. Maybe that's why I like it so much. Because I do love their chicken. This is really good. It's not a heavy. It's almost like if you had a hot dog with some relish on it. That's what this reminds me of. It's very good.
And see, here in Australia, you'd be flat out finding a jar of pickles. Like when you watch Amber and she shows you the pickle jar and the pickle jar's this big, you'd be lucky to find one that's, this big.
One year, I like dill pickles so much. One year for my birthday when I was still working, they bought me a gallon jar of dill pickles.
Oh, my goodness.
It was so awesome. I ate those things. I ate on them every day. It didn't take long for them to be gone.
Yeah.
Really good. I like this. This was supposed to just be a little fun treat to give it a try, you know. I like those.
You guys probably see it as well. There's things like, say, what Americans hate most about Australia, or what Australians find really weird about American, cuisine and stuff like that. Well, there was one lady who'd written something like, why do you call them gherkins? They're not gherkins, they're pickles. And it's like, well, love, they're not really pickles. They're actually cucumbers that have been pickled. Like when you correct someone, try to correct someone, but you're wrong anyway. And I know that's what you call them. You call them pickles, but
well, they're pickled cucumbers, but they're
exactly, and that's just what you shorten them to be, to pickles. But this person thought, no, that's what they're called. They're pickles.
And gherkins are a specific kind of a pickle.
Yes.
So,
and that's, you're more likely to find gherkins, but still only in little.
They're little. Gherkins are little, right?
Yes. Yes. And they're more likely what you'd find on a McDonald's.
Oh my Lord! Are you kidding me, Steve? I need to know about this.
A pickle of the month club.
He belongs to the pickle of the month club. I need to know about this. Yeah, gherkins are the little ones, the little baby ones, right? Like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But here's the thing. I love me some dill pickles. I don't mind sweet pickles. I like bread and butter pickles. I like a good sour pickle. I don't want anything else pickled. I don't want pickled asparagus. I don't want pickled onions. Okay. I don't want pickled beets. I don't want pickled garlic. I just want cucumbers.
See, we have tin beetroot in Australia that I never knew was pickled. I just thought it was sliced cooked beetroot in its own juice. But no, it's actually has the vinegar and the sugar, and you can get low sugar or no sugar ones and all that sort of thing. I thought, I wonder, does that mean it's been pickled? And yeah, it does. Yeah. And on a hamburger, oh my gosh, or even just grilled cheese on.
Now, what is it?
Beetroot. What's what?
What are you talking about?
On a beetroot. If you put
beet.
beetroots,
Beetroot.
beets. Yeah, sorry, we call it beetroot.
Oh, do you? The
yeah.
big red part, you call it a beetroot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They do down south.
Yeah, we just call them pickled beets or beets.
Okay.
They're beets, and then the tops would be the beet greens.
Yep. Oh, we don't have anything to do with the greens.
No, I don't like pickled beets. Hate them. I love regular beets, but not pickled beets.
Oh, pickled beets. Yes, that's what I would go. But
Okra.
we don't call them pickled
Okra,
beets.
that's another one. What other weird things do you and Morgan eat? They eat all that stuff. Yeah, I said asparagus. Carrots. He'll take the baby carrots and throw them in the pickle juice. Mm-hmm.
Boiled eggs.
Hard-boiled eggs, pickled eggs. Yep, that's a big one. That used to be a thing, not so much anymore. But if you go to a bar, a real bar, tavern,
and pickled onions,
you get pickled eggs, pickled hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah,
they just dip them right out of the jar.
I'm not really into pickled anything except the beetroot.
Yeah. No.
And even then, we don't call it pickled beetroot. It's just tinned beetroot.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because okay, but don't you get regular beets? Not pickled?
Raw, yes, but
not raw, but cooked in a can. Open a can. Oh yeah, pig's feet, pickled pig's feet. Yeah.
So beetroot in a can that's been pickled or
but not
pickled.
pickled.
No, you don't.
Oh.
No. You don't get beetroot in a can unless it's pickled.
Isn't that interesting?
If you want it unpickled, you buy the
fresh
raw vegetable and cook it yourself.
I rarely have had home cooked beets because it takes forever for them to cook. Yeah, but no, we just buy our beets in a can, and you just got to be careful that you don't get the pickled ones.
Oh,
and
okay.
You can get them whole, and they're about the size of a golf ball, maybe.
Oh yes, the baby pickles. We get those, but
sliced, which is my favorite. I like them sliced, or you can get them diced, and then they're in little cubes.
You can get them shredded here as well, but I believe all of the juices that they're with is pickled. It's got vinegar and sugar and
shredded.
Acidic regulator number 659 and whatever.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Huh. Cow's tongue. Oh no, Linda! Yeah. Pickled cow's tongue.
Cow's tongue, really good.
Oh, see, he'll eat anything. He'll tell me, "Oh, this is good," and I'm like, "No."
Oh yeah. Track record there, Mister. No.
No.
How about cow's brains?
Yeah. When they were kids, his mom would cook scrambled eggs and cow's brain. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even think about it. No. That's why when he hands me something, I'm like, what is it? If I can't easily recognize it, and even if I can recognize it, I still sometimes want to know what it is. Last night he made pizza. He made homemade pizza, and he was so nice because the tomato sauce hurts my mouth so bad.
Right.
And so he made homemade pizza. He put an Alfredo sauce on it for me, and he made sure that the sausage wasn't spicy, and he put pickled garlic, great big chunks of pickled garlic on my pizza. It was disgusting.
Oh, no.
The acidity was really good.
It was disgusting. And there was
just because it was so large?
Well, that plus it was pickled. Yeah. I mean, I love garlic, but I don't want a whole garlic clove. And that's what these were. I want my garlic smashed up and spread all out. Oh, I'm sure he was. You're probably right, Mama Gwen.
What?
No, I'm not giving you any ideas.
I probably was what?
I'm not giving you any ideas. Yeah, it was disgusting. So I had to pick all that off of it. Even though I love pickles, that was not okay. So, Steve, do you get other kinds of things besides, basic cucumber pickles, or do you get all kinds of pickled items? That just blows me away. Pickle of the Month Club. I'm going to have to check into that. I need to know about that.
I think we Australians have underestimated your love of pickles in the US.
Oh, yeah, we'll pickle anything. Anything. Oh, peppers, of course, hot peppers. They'll put hot peppers in it.
And see, peppers we call capsicum, or unless they're the chili peppers. So your bell peppers, we call capsicums.
And see, that's the stuff that makes them hot, right?
Yes.
And so they have the different levels of it.
Oh, that's for the chilies. Capsicums, bell peppers. Like bell peppers don't get really hot.
No, those aren't hot. Yeah, we'll eat bell peppers.
It's caspasum or something like that is the thing in them that makes it hot. Capsicums themselves, which are bell peppers for you, generally you get red, green, orange, yellow. Some of them can have no bite to them at all, but they're very mild compared to chilies. Yeah,
so no, those are just bell peppers, but then he'll eat like all the different spicy peppers, hot peppers. He loves those habaneros. Too. Yeah, the habaneros and that sort of thing.
Amy's not a pickle lover. I knew there was a reason I liked her besides her good looks and her funny wit. It's because she doesn't like pickles. Yes. I have trouble pronouncing that word, Gwen.
Capsaicin?
Yeah, something like that. Spacing.
They have an Olive of the Month Club, too.
Ugh, Olive of the Month Club? I don't eat olives.
Oh, no. Nope. Another word I have a lot of trouble with is statistics. If I have to say it more than once, like statistics is okay, but if I have to say it 2 or 3 times, which I had to because I used to teach mathematics and I was teaching statistics, and I would stumble so badly over the second and third time I'd say statistics. It's just it's horrible.
I have a hard time saying procurement. I have a rough time with that word.
Yeah.
Steve says it's from mouth.com, MOUTH, mouth.com.
Mouth. No, I couldn't say month and mouth very often together. All month.
Mouth.com. How interesting.
And so what size jars of pickled stuff would they send? Like, is it just sample sizes, a small?
Yes. So what size jars are they?
Say 4 or 5 ounces.
Oh, really packaged well. Okay. Oh, that reminds me, I took some more pictures of things that I got to get on the website.
Pickles of the Month.
Okay, is that the mouth.com?
Yeah.
Oh.
Of the Mouth.
That's where he found the pickled olives there too. Or just olives
both
of the month.
Pickles and olives, both there.
Interesting. Now, is that right? That doesn't look right. Oh no, I guess that's right.
I'm surprised with your mouth, Robin, that sensitivities that pickles don't irritate it.
Oh, they do, but it's worth it.
Oh, okay. It's one of those things.
Yeah. My mouth's broke out now from just eating this little bit of stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
I can feel the sores on my mouth. Plus I'm drinking a soda. That will also do it.
Yeah.
But you can't give up everything.
So is there any sort of mouth rinse or something that you can use that would ease that?
Baking soda and water, just like a baking soda rinse does.
It neutralizes the acid.
That's a neutralizer.
Yeah.
And I've been taking lysine pills, which is supposed to help. But I have noticed it hasn't helped a whole lot this time around.
Mm.
It has in the past, but it isn't as much now.
Mm. Okay. So, Robin, are you going to show us your anthology squares for last week and this week?
Of course. Let me get my stitch marker back in here before I swallow this open safety pin, because that's real safe.
Yes. And then we need to know how you're going with your shawl there.
Oh, well, since my shawl is right here, there's the sleeve.
Cool.
And the actual shawl, I'm quite pleased with. There's the shawl.
Oh, nice. It looks great in that cream.
Yep. So I just got the first 3 rows of the iris stitch are finished. Just
Yeah.
finished. And now I'm going to move on to this part of the.
And you've tested it for length?
No.
Okay.
But it's this long.
Oh my gosh, that'll fit me.
And what we
And I'm
decided,
no Slim Jim.
what we had decided was, see, this is it wrapped around me, and I'm way bigger than her, and there's plenty of space, plenty
Right.
of.
Yeah.
We after all that to do, the last time we spoke, Cheryl and I landed. We found the one video where that lady, and I thought worst case, she makes hers lengthwise, and then she adds on the sleeves
Yes.
at the end. So I'm
That's
like,
right.
okay, worst case, I can do that. And then I don't know, how did I even find it? But I got onto Amazon, and they sell the actual shawls all done. And so we found a size on one, and it was the exact same length as this one,
Yes.
as one that I'm making. So Cheryl and I decided this will probably work.
And you'd already changed the exact number of stitches that you needed for that length too, by chance as well.
Yep, just by chance with the lady that added hers on at the end. Mine was the exact same size as hers too.
Yeah.
So we decided that we're just going to go with the flow, and absolute worst case, we know how to add to the sleeve, and then it'll look like a cuff at the end of the sleeve is what it'll look like if I have to add some there.
Yes. An absolutely devastated scenario. Robin can't hit me because I'm in Australia, so it worked that way for me.
Yeah. So I think, and I was looking at her today, and she's so much less across the shoulders than I am. She's so much smaller than me. I don't think this is going to be an issue at all.
When I was getting married, so this is going back 40 years, my sister's always been a stick, always. She still is. And I have a friend who is also quite trim, and offered my sister her bridesmaid's dress for my wedding. And even though my sister's like this and my friend is like, well, not quite 2 fingers, but a little bit broader and fuller in the front, and my sister could not do the back up because she has broad shoulders. Like you don't notice it to look at her.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was quite broad-shouldered, and that just floored me, because to look at them side by side, you would have thought my sister was the petite, little one. But no. So yeah, sizing can be deceptive when you think.
Yeah. Absolutely.
When you think about it.
I do not see her doing the, I'm getting married, I need to lose weight thing. At least not. I mean, we went to lunch today, and she ate like a normal person. We went to Olive Garden, and they had the soup, salad, and breadsticks, and she had 2 bowls of soup and some salad and 1 or 2 breadsticks, and then they split a dessert. So
yes, I do feel sorry for women who feel they need to like lose weight just for the wedding, because of the wedding, not for any other reason, but than the wedding. And I think that's where a lot of bridezillas come from. Of course, they're angry
They're
and
hungry.
Yeah. Eat something. And
Right?
each to their own.
Eat a sandwich.
Yes.
But as far as knitting goes, and actually, I'm glad you said something, because when we're done here, I got to have you show me that thing again, because I forgot what you told me about on the where I'm trying to carry that yarn. I need to write.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so this week's, which is really last week's block, which we would have done this week, is what is it called? Dashes, something dashes.
Dashes,
Purls,
pearl dots,
diagonal purls. Oh, here, it's in the title. Diagonal purls. Okay, so diagonal purls. And I liked this one. Now, where's my mistake? Oh, I don't have, there's a mistake in here, but it isn't a glaring mistake like I normally have. So there it is. I really liked this one. And it was bizarre because you absolutely had to get your count right for this to work out. And look at me.
You've done a great job with that one. Yeah.
It's not perfect, but it's much better than most of them I have been. I'm pretty pleased with this one. And I really did
maybe because your count had to be so exact, you concentrated and slowed down a little bit more, maybe?
Yes, I'm sure that was it. You really had to concentrate on this one. Or they would not have worked out. So yeah, I'm real pleased with that one. Yeah. Really, really pleased.
And then we figured that it wasn't surprising that you liked that one because you liked the embossed diamonds as well.
That's right. I liked that one really a lot. So it kind of tells me this is kind of the style that I'm drawn to. And then, so now this is our catch-up week. And so in theory, we are doing our borders and we're putting things on the block, blocking them. And if you're sewing together, you're sewing together. I'm not sewing together because I know my blocks are all uneven and I'm going to have them all done and then lay them out and see what I'm going to do. Yeah. However, I might be able to get some things blocked this week because I need to block my elfin squares too, because I realized yesterday when I was looking at them, I'm not sure if my basic ones are going to be big enough. I might have to do another round of single crochet or something around them. And then the one we're going to be working on this week would be the garter and stockingette box pattern, which I have mine done. And I liked it. There is a mistake in it, but again, don't care. And that's this one. And I don't know if I counted wrong or if it's just the way this is laying. But it seems like there's too many rows in this row in between the stitches.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. But other than that, I really like it. So this is the one that is due for next week. And I don't know if there's anybody who's actually still doing other than me and
Pinky Jean.
And she put her video out this morning. So yeah, I do like this one. I do like this one as well. But I think it's because, like you were saying, they're not just all lines. Yes. So many of them were just lines. So they've got a little bit of style to it. So this is the one that we're going to be working on next. It's due.
So was Steve doing the Anthology Blanket as well?
He did it. He finished it in like a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
I finished making the squares, but I've been putting off putting it together. I had the squares done months and months ago.
Mm-hmm. But, but I told her she couldn't put them together because she needs to show them to us. And then the week after that, we will be doing one that's called Dashes Stitch. Is this the one? Which is the one?
Is it, or is it the garter rib?
The garter rib.
Dashes is one that looks like little worms all over the
Yeah.
place in the
Because
picture.
that's not due until the 22nd. Where's my... Because that's the one that is going to be like the pattern that I'm going to use for the sweater with that beautiful yarn you sent me.
Let me see what we've got there.
Yeah. So in theory, this is the one that we're going to be, nope, not that one. This one is the one that we're going to be starting next week. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So getting a little bit ahead. I was trying to get caught up a little bit because I've got so many things and I was feeling like I was getting behind.
So what did you say was after the boxes, the garter and stocking stitch boxes?
Is that the Dashes Stitch? The one that looks like with the worms?
Well, I've got that the boxes was 27.
The 8, 9/8. And then there's the garter one, which I don't know where my thing is. And then one after that is on the 22nd, and that's the dash stitch. And then the one after that is the 29th, and that's our very last one.
Okay. I must have, when I was putting my borders on, I must have got the things wrong because I've got the one after the boxes is the garter rib that you'll be doing. So I must have put mine on incorrectly to go through my stash. Not that it really matters now that we're down to the end. It's,
down to the end, yep, just getting her all done. Yeah, they're looking good. And I was telling Cheryl the other day that even though I'm still making a lot of mistakes, now when I find my mistakes, I can fix them. And even one I had to tear out 4 or 5 rows. Actually, it was 8 rows. I had to tear out 8 rows and redo it. And you guys know a few months ago, I would have just thrown it in the garbage and started over. And what used to take me, it used to take me several days to get these blocks done. And now I can do one in an evening. If I started one, maybe not right now, but if I had started one at 6 at the beginning of our show, I'd have it pretty much done by bedtime.
Yep.
And that would not have been a thing when we started this.
It's the familiarity and the muscle memory of that.
Yeah.
Even though it's not hours and hours every day that you're knitting, it's the regular, maybe an hour here and there that adds up to muscle memory.
Yep.
And
I am enjoying it a lot. I'm really, even though I still know every single thing I make is going to have mistakes in it, and every single thing I make is going to be, I'm going to fight with it to a point.
Yeah.
I'm still enjoying the process. I'm enjoying the learning of it.
I don't think anyone who knits or crochets, can do it without making a mistake somewhere along the line.
Yeah. I mean, even this, there's a mistake. When I did my first row, there's 2 places where I ended up putting 2 stitches in one thing. And of course, I didn't find it until the next row or something, and there's no way I was tearing that row out again.
Yeah.
Because I did.
And
I tore this.
No one's going to notice it.
Yeah. I tore this all the way back to that base row. That what did they call that? What did that process called that she had us do?
Oh, the long tail cast on.
Yeah, the long tail
crochet.
cast on row. I went all the way back to that row to where you're basically doing the single crochet and the chain at the same time. And I tore it all the way back to that because I needed to get my count right.
Yeah.
And then I ended up doing that. But I'm like, nobody's going to notice that.
Exactly. And you're right, Steve, the confidence that comes with doing it so often.
Yeah.
You get to know how the stitches react, how to form them, how to fix them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sue.
Hi, Miss Sue. But yeah, I'm more and more pleased with the blocks. It was almost just like 1 week, all of a sudden things just started clicking into place.
Yeah.
And it only took all dang year for that to happen.
That's okay.
Yeah. But it did. And then just for fun, I went through my year's list, and I crossed off 1, 2, 3, 4. I crossed off 4 things that were complete. And then I'm currently working on 5 things. One of them is the baby dress, so it's not. I'm not really working on it, but we're calling it a whip because it's a current whip right here.
And it could be for new.
It might be for the new baby.
Yeah.
It'll fit her next summer for sure. In fact, it'll probably be too big. And then, so I've got the elfin squares, and I have 24 or 25 done on my elfin squares. And I'm waiting to do the last 2 of the basic squares until I'm all done with the other ones, in case I have to use a different yarn for some of them.
Steve, it's not polite to ask a crafter how many whips they have. That's just no. The elephant in the room. How many whips?
These are current whips. Every one of these 5 are current whips. The rest of these are planned projects. So.
So what sort of yarn over in knitting are you wanting to do? Like going from
remember when you were showing me how to catch the thing for my stranded?
Oh yes, that was that. But Sue asked a question. She can't remember how, or needs to refresh memory on how to do yarn over. Okay. So yeah, going from a knit, like a purl yarn over or a knit yarn over. Is different ones, but basically you just wrap the yarn around the needle.
That's what that means. I didn't understand my note. Now I do. To make an eyelet. Oh, you literally, I know how to do that. You just go like this. Yep. Right? You just literally put the yarn over the hook and then go in there and knit like you regularly would. Because I've done that by mistake and ended up with a hole in my blanket. I didn't understand what my note meant here. It said Fair Isle Sock Weekly, but that's that Christmas sock. No.
Only well-balanced people, Steve, acknowledge how many whips they have. No. The rest of us.
Nope. There will be no acknowledgement of ridiculous things like that. But I'm actually pretty pleased with. So what do I have on here still? The anthology blocks, which we're going to be done with those in a couple of weeks, and that'll be off my list. The baby dress, I don't know about that. I got written on here a winter shawl. It must be a pattern, and I don't remember that at all. It's a knit. So it's probably in a pile somewhere.
Yeah.
Knit winter shawl. I don't know. I don't remember that.
It doesn't sound like you to knit a winter shawl.
Not at all. And then I crochet socks. still, oh, she's not sure if she should go over the needle or between the needles.
Oh, well, initially you would go between the needles, and then just go into your next knit stitch. So let's see.
It's just like an extra over.
Yes. So this won't, the orientation won't be right.
Oh my gosh. Linda, you're right.
Oh, I didn't think you were being serious. I mean, I thought you were.
Was. I couldn't remember what it was.
Sorry, I've got to go. I've got a call coming in. Sorry.
Oh, okay, go get your call.
I don't.
Oh. Well, she said earlier she was waiting on a call from her IT guy, so I figured there he was.
Okay, so Sue, I'm ready to do a yarn over. So I'm at the big, this is reversed for you. So what I do is I bring it between the needles, go into my next stitch, and then just knit it as normal. And you can see I've got the extra yarn over there. If you have a look at one of my tutorials, stop it, Robin. One of my tutorials for the eyelet ridge, I'll show you how to do it in there. So yes, pass between the needles and then just keep doing your normal knit stitch. Okay.
Well, at least it was towards the top of the list.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was it. I'm waiting for her to revise her pattern and make it a rectangle. And then
once I get my computer up and running again, my other computer.
Oh, good. So it's going to be a while. I'm
it's
writing rectangle.
Going to be Christmas before if I don't break the thing beforehand with a hammer.
Oh my Lord, I cannot believe that.
Yes, hopefully it shouldn't be too long. You're welcome, Sue.
And then I want to crochet some socks because I figure that's going to be way faster than me trying to knit some socks. And I've gotten several crochet sock patterns. And then next was a bunny hat that I can do on my knitting machine. That comes on my knitting machine, and that's pretty quick.
Oh, is that with
well, it's just a white hat, big long bunny ears, so I have to make bunny.
Oh, okay.
I already finished it and gave it to her, and she decided she wanted the hat part longer, so I have to make another one.
Well, so no, just pick up some
already
stitches.
Do that.
Just pick up some stitches and knit a brim. I mean, if you can knit a winter shawl, you can you can pick up a few stitches. I can walk you through it. Pick up a few stitches, and then you don't have to make a whole new hat.
Oh, it'll probably take longer to pick up the stitches than just make another hat on my knitting machine.
It will
I just
not.
that thing out, and it's done.
Okay, Miss Avoider.
Very much avoider. Very much. And
no,
then
you can even pick the stitches up with your crochet hook and stick them on your needle, and then just knit some ribbing or crochet a bit of ribbing on the bottom. But if you want to make a whole new hat, okay,
make a whole new hat. And then the Alaska hat that I'm working on. And then I've got booties on here, which I was supposed to do last summer for Yarning for a Smile for that thing she was doing.
Yes.
That didn't happen.
So you can always...
I do have a baby coming.
If you want any help at all with your project knitting, if you don't remember a stitch or a step, just email me. It's on my About page. It's easier to find it there than me to say it, because there's lots of dots in it. Yeah.
And then I snuck in the baby blanket, which I'm going to have to start sooner rather than later.
Oh, we'll just bump the winter shawl off your list.
Well, it's not off the list, but it's definitely got bumped. That's for sure. And then I have a it's not October, right? It's September.
No.
September.
Yes, it's September.
So I also have the blanket that I was supposed to make for his daughter's wedding. That was last October. That hasn't quite happened yet.
You're welcome, Sue.
Why do you keep doing that? Stop it. I keep having this cancel, just cancel. Then what else? So, and I've got like 2 rows of that done. It's over there. Actually, it's out in the motorhome now. And then the Shawl Lodge, which I've got 2 rows done on. And then I've got a knit cowl that I started at last year's Yarny Social that I haven't touched since last year's Yarny Social. I think that got moved out because that was over here on my desk for the longest time. I think that got moved out to the motorhome. And then I've got a muscle borrow hat that I want to make at some point, only because I drank the Kool-Aid and think I need it. Oh, wait a minute. I need to look at my pattern. I almost made a 4th row of, which probably on this it would be fine. But let me see what my pattern says I'm supposed to be doing now. You'd think I know this, huh? Okay, iris stitch, chain 1 turn. One.
When Amy, when you say you're not ready for October, do you mean for the Yarny Social or Halloween? Is there anything else that
Double.
you tend to celebrate in October?
Right. See, Sue thinks I'm doing good. And then the Fair Isle, which I showed you guys. Didn't I show you guys that a couple weeks ago? And that
Yes,
there was
the hat.
No, it's the stocking. The
I'm
Christmas
not sure.
stocking.
Oh, the Nordics.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's right there in that basket. And there's no deadline on that because I'm just learning how to do that stitch. And then new projects. We have Snowfall on the Bowery. It's a crochet shawl that I love. And then I've got a washcloth that I'm going to make for somebody for Christmas, which, you know what, that's a couple hours. And then we're not going to say this word out loud because somebody will hear me and think that it's really going to happen.
Right.
And then the Falling Leaves Ruana, which I've got the yarn all balled up, ready to do. And then the Highland Cow Blanket, which I have not.
And that's all on this year's to-do list to be finished this year?
Well, finished. Ooh, DK Fair Isle acrylic. It's not happening. And then I've got my whips, my Sophie, my Fruit Garden, and the 2 sweaters that I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to do or not. I still am on the verge of ripping one out. And it depends if I can find my place on the pattern on the other one. And we won't discuss the Malabringo shawl that I got 2 rows in and then the place caught on fire and that was the end of that.
No, you shouldn't need any help with the Malabrigo one.
I really don't like the pattern. It's the
Well,
pattern.
Yeah,
really
don't
written.
continue.
The pattern
Take
was
it off your list.
So
cross that one off. Repurpose the yarn for something else. You're only 2 rows.
I've only used this much of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Sue. I was wondering. Oh, Normandy, Hirschner's bag sale, DK, Fair Isle wool and acrylic. Oh, sounds fabulous. Okay, so now I do a half double crochet in each double and skip the chain 1 space all the way across. Do not place a stitch in the chain 1 space. There will be 4 half doubles for each iris stitch.
Yes.
I seem to remember something about that.
And I do remember that the first row of doing the iris stitch is always the hardest because you actually have to count, whereas the others you just put the hook in the chain 1 space, away you go. You counting, Robin?
Nope.
Lovely.
Well, I counted to 4. I just wanted to make sure because it said there would be 4 on each stitch. So I was making sure I did it correctly. Whoever wrote this pattern did a really good job of pointing out all those little things.
Yeah, they did.
Okay. I am good to go.
I think when you're writing a pattern, if you remember the things that you had to look out for and then put those in the notes in a pattern, it makes the pattern just that little bit
nice, easier to
easier.
use.
Especially if it doesn't have to be cluttered in there. It can be separate, but if you read through a pattern, you go, oh, okay, I need to watch out for this. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm more than halfway done with the elephant squares, and Morgan is going to do the ends on that. So I just have to get them blocked up, and then she'll sew in the ends.
Oh, nice.
And
I actually don't mind sewing in ends.
I don't mind. It's just, to
just the time.
deadline. Just trying to get those deadlines.
Although I don't like all the ends on a mosaic blanket, but I also don't particularly like double borders. So I've
been seeing some different ways of dealing with that. When I did my grandson's, I did him a mosaic. Remember the placemat that I did for him for Christmas? And I did not want to mess with the double border on that. So every time I did a new row, I took the ends and I crocheted over them. And that worked fine for because I figured it's a placemat. It's not going to get handled a lot.
Yes.
And it's not even, he's using it as a, almost like a runner. So
right.
things sitting on it. So it's not going to get washed very often.
I did find, well, I do have a document on my computer on how to crochet over your ends, but the first thing you do at the end of the row is you pull the loose end up through the middle of your stitch and then crochet over them, and it stops, if it does come out, it stops it being able to
place. Well, and then the one thing that I always, or the one lady that I watch, if you're going to crochet over your ends, you crochet over for a while and then you flip it backwards and then crochet them over them on the next row. So you're in theory back and forth and back and forth. And I do that too when I think of it. But like if you're doing that on a mosaic, you're only going to have 4 or 5 inches on every single row. So that wouldn't be, but I do like the idea of pulling that through. That it makes a lot of sense. And yes, Sue, nag, nag, nag. I got the last of the stuff in today that I'm putting in there. And I'm still contemplating adding one more, just a bonus thing. We'll see how it goes. I got to make one up and see what it looks like.
I noticed that Bod has a new video up today on how to do the mosaic. Oh my gosh. Can't talk today. The mosaic moss stitch, which is what this
that's
blanket,
what that is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what this is. But this is in the round, so there are no ends unless you change colour. But I'm using a multicolored yarn. But with crystals, because it's the back and forth. Well, it's flat. It's cut your yarn at each end, and I thought, I can't for a whole blanket. I couldn't do that.
Well, and that wedding gift blanket, you've got a lot of ends. It's not every row, but like every 6 or 8 rows.
I'd probably, if I was doing a blanket that was like the moss stitch, and I
I'm
was
sure that's what this is. It's a moss stitch.
doing it flat, is
I should look it up again.
I'd probably take the yarn back, even though after a while you'd probably use, say, an extra ball of each colour. I'd probably do that just for the and I'd probably go down a size weight of yarn so that it's not too thick. After you finish the blanket with the extra rows. So this is the blanket
that I'm going to make them. That I'm making them.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
I like the colors there.
Well, those aren't the colors I'm using. Of course, I went through. So when you do this, when you're done with it, if you turn it sideways, and I can't turn this sideways, but when you turn it sideways, the length, or I guess it's the width of the colors equals dots and dashes for Morse code. And it spells out the word love in Morse code.
Oh, nice.
And so I just thought that would be a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody will ever know that, but
you will.
Yeah.
And they will, because you'll tell them.
But
and then they'll tell everyone who sees it. So lots of people will know.
Yeah.
What's the pattern called on that one?
I think it's called Love.
Oh, wow, shut up.
Yeah. Let me see. OVE. The Love Blanket. And there's a pillow too. It's by Doris Doblhofer, Doblhofer. And I think it was a free pattern too.
So what was after the L? Sorry, DOBL? HOFFER?
HOFER.
Okay, I'll have a look at that because I like those colors there. I'd like to do something else in those colors.
Yeah, and it even shows in the name of it, it even shows, let's see if I can do this. Right there, you can see the Morse code, the dots and dashes underneath.
I see. Yes. So, has spring reached us yet? No, Sue, we skipped spring and we've gone straight into summer. The last week and the start of this week will be in the 30s and up to 33, 34, which is, what did I say, was something like 90s, in the 90s. So we've gone from winter where I've been rugged up and neck warmers and everything like that, and then had a few nice weeks, excuse me, and now we're in the 90s. It's like, no.
Yeah. What was the high today? 96, 98, 94? It's ridiculous. Today and tomorrow is going to be that hot. And then I think it starts getting back down to normal. Now, by the way, this is a, just, to add a little more difficulty to it. This is a knit pattern, which I have decided to crochet. So, I had to do all of that calculating. And it is, I'm going to use, I'm sure that's the stitch I'm using. The one you're doing. What did you call it?
Oh, okay. The mosaic moss stitch.
Oh, no, the moss stitch. Because she's calling it the linen stitch. But I think the linen stitch and the moss stitch are the same thing.
Yes. In knitting, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a linen stitch in
Right.
crocheting.
So there's all the there's the color thing, but I had to take that, and of course I changed out all my colors, and all of my
Mhm.
colors have specific meanings too. So
All yours or all
the
hers?
ones that I chose for this blanket
Right.
all have
Okay.
very specific meanings as well.
Yeah. My son is in Melbourne at the moment, Sue, just for a week on holidays. There's a few concerts down there that he wants to see. And it went from 37 degrees Celsius the day he left here in Brisbane. And today in Melbourne, it's 14 degrees Celsius and windy and raining. So he took this huge suitcase. He said, I don't know what weather I'm packing for. It's going, because he also spent a couple of days in Sydney as well. And he said, I've got everything. So today he's wearing his big puffer jacket in Melbourne, whereas it was like tank tops and shorts and thongs here in Brisbane before he left.
Yeah, you can't win. I had just about thought I was going to put all of my tank tops away. Nope.
Nope.
Not yet. Now, a week from now, we could be in the 50s.
It's going to be.
That's how quickly it changes here from
Yes.
summer to spring or fall.
Usually here at the end of winter, so winter's not very long where I am. Usually it's about a month, but it's been hanging on. Well, it started early and it's been hanging on a little bit more this year. And then we'll get warm weather like this, usually not quite this warm. And you'll put all of your doonas and blankets and take the flannelette sheets off the bed and put summer ones on. And then it'll go, okay, now you've done all that. And we're going to get freezing again for another week or two.
1 week from Friday is going to be 71 degrees.
Yeah, it's going to be 71 a week from now. 2 weeks, week and a half. So we're going from 95 to 71 in 10 days.
Yep. We're going from that tonight. Today is supposed to be, I did check. Because I talk to you guys so much, I always get them to convert it for me as well. So today is supposed to be 89 as the high, and tomorrow is supposed to be 73 as the high. That's just from today to tomorrow. So you never know. You've got all different clothes out, ready to go. They're all freshened up. Summer, winter, spring. Autumn's not usually very long in Australia either.
Oh, in the hundreds again, Amy? Oh, Lord.
Oh, Amy. Oh. And because you go from like one extreme to the other, so it's cold and then it's hot to you now, but in summer 30 degrees is going to be, it's cooler today. So 90 degrees, odd will be cooler. So we've had the air conditioning on cool for a few days this week.
Oh, wow.
Just in the middle of the day. It's just been too much of a change.
Arian,
I know.
are you trapped? Oh, you're trapped.
No,
Hold on, I'm going to
I'm not
open the door.
trapped.
You're not trapped?
I can quit
You can
in
get
a
out?
second.
Okay.
Were you talking to your husband or one of the animals? Oh, okay.
He's got this massage chair. He gets terrible leg cramps. And the massage chair helps with the leg cramps. And, well, when he's all tucked inside of it, he can't move.
Right.
So
I had a hairdresser who used to do the hair. She had a little salon at the back of her place, and she got this new massage chair. And she said, "Oh, while I'm washing your hair, would you like me to put the massage on?" And yeah, okay. I had a sore back for like 3 days afterwards.
Yeah, if you're
the
not
next
used
time I
to
saw her, would you like the massage chair? Oh no, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah. There's this one will do his feet and his legs, and then his back and his shoulders and his neck. Well, when I get into it, it hurts my legs so bad. I can't do it. I feel like it's breaking my legs off. So I don't put my legs into the contraption. And then it's got a place for your arms too. And it's the same thing. It squishes my arms so hard I can't stand it.
Mm.
He'll do his arms once in a while, but not typically. But I mean, I'll have marks all over my arm from where the thing squeezed me. But then it doesn't do my back very strong. So then I have to lean it back so I can get my weight against the back thingy. And I'm narrower than he is at the shoulder, so I don't feel it on my shoulders at all. And it hurts his shoulders. So, but yeah, he's had both shoulders replaced, and he's got a lot of shoulder problems. So,
Yeah.
but he loves this thing. We found it such a good deal. He picked it up at a yard sale and talked the lady down more than half of what she had it listed for. And I'm sure it was one of those things where she's like, well, we'll put it out, but nobody's going to buy it.
Yes.
And he's wanted one for years, but there's no way I'd spend the money that they want for a new one, $4,000 or $5,000.
No.
So, and he uses this thing every single day. And he'll wake up during the night in pain and with his leg cramps, and he'll come out and sit in it, and he'll sleep in it with the thing running for 2 or 3 hours.
Oh,
So
wow.
he's got his money's worth out of that thing.
Yeah. I know leg cramps are different for everyone, and the solutions are different for everyone for what works for you. So I'm glad that works for
Because
him.
I know Miss Linda, I think it was Miss Linda gave me the name of some pills, and we ordered those, and that didn't work for him.
Yeah. I use a heat pack, and that seems to ease them really quickly for me.
So
Oh, I
while
like
you're
I like it
you
when it cools down at nighttime, Amy. It's sometimes you'll get it, and I guess you get it where you are as well, that the nights are just as bad as the day, and it seems even worse then when it doesn't cool down.
yeah.
Yeah, if my feet get cold, they get the cramps in them.
Yeah, I don't know that winter's going to be bad this year. This is a new thing for him, fairly new over the last few months. We haven't been
Okay.
over with this yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely has gotten his money's worth out of this thing. He only paid a couple $100 for it.
Nice.
And I mean, he, like I said, he uses it every day. I use it once in a while, especially like when I've been on my feet all day and my back's hurting, I'll sit down in it. But
if I've had a few nights of cramps in a row, or even days, I can strike at any time. I find that my calves are really, really tight, and professional massaging does help relax that.
It does,
So
because that's what his doctor said, to go do that. And he told me he had
that's
this chair
expensive.
to work. So the massage does help with that. Amy, or Sue, he takes the muscle relaxants too. And the first ones they gave him made him sick. And he switched to another one now. But it's not really helping a whole lot. And the last couple nights I've been feeding him. I missed a stitch. The last couple nights I've been feeding him Tylenol PM to get him to sleep. And that's helping.
Yes.
A Delta Breeze. Now, Amy, I haven't heard of that. What is that? One, 2, 3, 4.
On the east coast of Australia, especially New South Wales, I think the term's used most, we have what we call a southerly buster.
Oh.
And that's when the winds come from the south, so they're cool. And for a stinking hot day, it's just instant cool, like you've just turned on the air conditioner.
Oh, wow.
Southerly buster. The Western Australians have what they call the Fremantle Doctor. Some weird names for things, but people here know. I don't actually, Sue, did Tasmania have a name for their cooling winds? But yes, the southerly buster, there was nothing like it.
No.
It's even cooler than air conditioning. I find nature can...
Oh, yeah. Does a much
is
better
much
job.
cooler. Like we'll have the air conditioner on in the middle of summer. We'll have it on all day sometimes, like at 8 o'clock in the morning when you know it's going to get to 39 degrees, which is
Yeah.
getting up over the hundreds.
The roaring 40s.
The roaring 40s, yeah. But then as soon as it starts to cool down outside, you go, oh, this is so much more. I think refreshing is the word that I'm looking for than having the air conditioning on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, nature does a much better job of cooling us down. Not that I complain about my air conditioning. I don't think I could survive without it.
Amy says, very cool breeze that comes up from the Bay Area. Oh, the Sacramento River makes all the difference. From the river.
That sounds like our southerly busters, Amy.
Yeah.
And ours come off, that's the coastal one, ours come off the ocean, so.
So, Steve, you never did tell us what you were going to be working on or what you're working on now.
Yes. He's playing with his loom.
Oh, that's right. I lied.
That's right, he's warping his loom.
I guess I'm just in the wrong place tonight. So what are you going to make on your loom? We'll do that. I don't think we got that question answered.
No,
yours is a big loom, right? You said it's like as big as a piano.
And is it a loom for weaving yarn as opposed to threads for fabric, for thinner fabrics materials? Or can you do both? I don't know anything. You can tell I don't know anything about looms.
Mm-hmm. Oh, with the humidity, yeah. I had a gal that I taught this week, and we were really struggling to get her into a class because she was moving on Saturday down to Houston. And I'm like, have you ever summered over in Houston? No, but that's where my boyfriend lives.
And Houston is it humid as well, or is it
very humid, very muggy?
But Houston's in Texas, isn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good job.
I never think of inland as being humid.
Yeah, it can
well,
be.
Here in Australia, inland tends to be dry, humidity on the coast.
Yeah, depends on where you are.
Okay.
And they're inland, but it's not so far away that they're really pretty close to the coast.
And that's another thing in my ignorance. I don't think of Texas being near a coast.
Oh, yeah, the whole bottom part is. It's the Gulf of Mexico.
Texas to me is up higher, like Mexico beneath it, but
yeah, Mexico is kind of so like here's Mexico, and you come up, and then it goes over. There's Texas.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Too much watching Dallas.
Yeah. So half of the state is on top of Mexico, and the other half is over the Gulf of Mexico, over the water.
Oh, okay.
And so is Louisiana, where it turns into Louisiana. That's over the water. That's why they get so humid. Okay, it's a 4-heddle floor loom, Cheryl. It takes up a spare bedroom. It's 54 inches wide. So it's as big as a bed or a table. That's why when we were talking about getting that one here, we're like, I don't know, it might be too big for in here. Central Alabama and super humid there. Yeah, super.
So Alabama is on the east.
It's right next to Texas. It's the state right. They neighbor.
Okay.
They're adjacent. So they're also on the Gulf of Mexico. Oh no, I lied. That's Louisiana. It's Texas, Louisiana, then Alabama, right?
Oh, okay. Steve says it makes 54-inch wide cloths.
Cloth, yeah,
Mm.
that's nice.
Is that something you've been doing for a while, Steve, or is it a new thing that you're picking up?
Oh, he has to dismantle it to move it. The one that we're looking at, it kind of folds up and you can move it that way. Boy, Steve, you just do everything, don't you? Oh, it's over farther. It's between Georgia and Mississippi. You'd think I'd know this. I've driven across that whole space multiple times. Oh, stop it.
I know of most of your states, but where they're positioned, I probably know that's in the north, that's in the south.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, I really don't know what's over on the west or the east.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of
That's
do
about
on
all
the
I
east.
know. That's in the middle.
And yet, many, many years ago, when I was in high school, for some reason, we had to know where every state of the USA was, where its capital was, and to be able to mark it on a map.
That's ridiculous.
It's like, why?
Most of us couldn't do that.
And I used to always think I used to think that there were 52 states in America until I realized that Ontario was in Canada.
Oh.
Yes, and that Atlanta was actually a city, not.
Mm-hmm. Wow, 125-year-old handmade loom. That is nice.
Ah, nice. Wow. Steve, from your profile picture, you don't look that old.
You made that when you were a kid, huh? Oops. Missed the stitch. I remember we did have to memorize all of the capitals at one point, but I couldn't tell you most of them now. Oh, man.
No, I can't even remember the names of them. We're fortunate in Australia, we only have 7 states and territories.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, that's sort of like Canada. What have they've got 6 across there?
Mm.
Oh, Canada. Let's just look. Oh, they've got a few. Oh, they got some weird things over here that I don't know, but didn't know about.
My son, like I said, my son's in Melbourne. They're supposed to be having really severe winds up to 100 kilometres an hour, which would be 50, 80, 60 miles an hour, maybe a bit more. Today, as well as the cold, he just sent me a video of it, and the trees are all leaning over, and awnings are flapping, and yes.
There are 13 provinces in Canada.
And
yeah, I do too.
Like a state.
Linda gets excited when she can answer one of the Jeopardy questions. I do too, and they're almost always about food. So they are Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador. I guess that's one place. Nova Scotia, Ontario, Prince Edward Island, Quebec, and Saskatchewan.
Okay.
The 3 territories are Northwest Territories, Yukon, and Nunavut. Now, isn't those are the Those are the Indian. That's the Indian tribe up in Alaska, isn't it? Or am I making that up?
I don't.
I expect Steve to know the answer to that one. There is a difference between the territories and the provinces.
Australia has quite a lot of territories that aren't attached to our mainland. But when we talk about our states and territories, we don't mean any of those. We only mean our two that are on the mainland, so actually part of Australia. For that, because I mean, we have a territory down in the Australian Antarctic Territory. No one, if you said what are the states and territories of Australia, no one would mention that or any of the others apart from the Northern Territory and Canberra, or the ACT, the Australian Capital Territory, which is just part of New South Wales.
So the Nunavut is the largest and most northern territory of Canada, and it was just created in 1999.
Oh,
They
okay.
separated from Northwest Territories. It's one of the world's most remote locations and has the second smallest population in Canada.
Oh,
You go there to see polar bears and narwhals. Indigenous Inuit artwork. I was right. Those Indians, that's the Indian tribe. Artwork, carvings, and traditional handmade clothing. I knew it had something to do with those Indians. Look at me go. What to pack if you're going to visit Canada in October? Pleasant autumn days, brisk nights, and some precipitation. Foliage.
I've probably mentioned it before, but not Canada, Alaska. We've watched a couple of true crime things that have happened in Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that fascinated us most was that there wasn't snow and ice everywhere. It was summer and you could see the ground. And it's like, that's not the Alaska we know.
Yep.
Alaska's supposed to be.
Well, yeah, and it depends how far north you go.
Yeah.
The one city, I can't remember which city it was that we were in, it basically rains every single day.
Oh, we've got places like that in Australia too.
It was raining.
Marysville in Victoria's like that. It rains every day just about. And places in Tasmania, usually on the northwest, western coast.
I'm so excited. You said Victoria. I'm so excited. Okay. Who knows the name of that hotel in Victoria that is known for their fabulous high tea? I can't remember the name of it. There's one.
Mum's Kitchen?
No. It's a hotel. It's a hotel. And it's very, very famous for their high tea. But on the cruise, they have an excursion to that hotel for high tea, but it's at night because we don't get there until 8 o'clock at night. And it's the night before we get back. It's the last night, the last day of the cruise. And normally that's the day you just pack up your room and, get ready to leave the ship.
It's in Victoria, not BC.
It's in Victoria, right? Isn't that where we're going the last night?
I don't know.
Look up high. Yeah, it's a very fancy hotel. And the high tea was like $125.
Wow. For cucumber sandwiches.
Mm-hmm. So I was so excited because it's evening. And so they're going to take you there and bring you back. So I don't have to worry about transportation or finding anything. And it was like $80.
Okay.
It'll be a little different because it's evening, and I want to say, well, I should just look it up. I want to say they were going to have drinks. Oh, look, Pickle of the Month Club. Look at those beautiful pickles. I'm so excited. Nope, I don't want olives. It's just pickles.
The Empress.
The Empress. That's it. The Empress Hotel.
Guys, it sounds like we all need to chip in and get Robin a Pickle of the Month subscription.
Club. Oh, wow. That's reasonable. That can't be. Must be that much a month. So they've got a 3-month club and a 6-month club. And you can get a quart or a gallon. I wouldn't want a gallon just in case I didn't care.
Sign me up for 2.
And then you pick which day you want. Oh, okay. So here's your options. I'm so excited. Full sour pickles, half sour, which I've heard of, but that's a thing in New York, half sours. I've never had them before. So full sour, which I would love, half sour, which I would probably love, kosher dill, which I love, hot and spicy, which I can't eat at all, but Mr. would love those, and horseradish, which I couldn't eat because they'd be too spicy.
And I love them.
I'm so excited!
Well, you're hiding your excitement really well, Robin. We'd never be able to tell.
I know. I
think an intervention, yes, I agree.
This is my.
I was going to call you Pay Me because I was going to say Pickles the name.
Hola, Maritza. We're talking about pickles and hygiene. It's quite a variety of subjects tonight. So they've got full sour pickles, half sour, kosher, horseradish, sweet horseradish chips, hot and spicy full sour. Oh, man, firecracker chips. Oh, there's a pickle sampler. Let's look at that. Okay. You get to try 3 of our most popular pickles. A full sour, a half sour, and a kosher. The 3 that I would want. Oh. I wonder if, now I'm curious if this is from that place in New York. Because these sound exactly like, now somebody that's on here is complaining about shipping costs.
Is complaining about what, sorry?
Shipping.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, she says shipping was $22, but who knows?
Well, if you're getting a gallon of pickles, I can't imagine it would be cheap to post.
Pickleish warehouse is where? Where are you? Order and ship now. It's a 201 area code. Ooh, they've got wholesale orders. New Jersey. I'll bet you this is that place that I saw on TV where they had all these different kinds of pickles and olives and all different kinds of stuff in great big barrels in the store. I'll bet you this is it. Mm-hmm. New York, New Jersey. Yep. I am so excited.
Next time we see Robin, guys, she's going to have pickle juice all down here. Pickle juice, babe.
It says pickled merchandise, but there's nothing there. Okay. Oh, I can't wait to try this. Oh, they've got the pickle ornaments. Merchandise. Okay, merchandise. We've got a dog toy, a pickled dog toy, a wine stopper shaped like a pickle, a miniature gherkin. I know what I'm sending you. It's a Christmas ornament. Pickle playing cards, a pickle air freshener, which I would probably really like, a garlic ornament, chili peppers, a jar of pickles. Oh, these are cute. Pickle Band-Aids. I like the jar of pickles. That's cute. They have olives and olive oils and relish and tapenades and sauces. Basil marinade, garlic thyme crackers. Oh, honey.
What?
Peach ghost pepper hot sauce. You would like that.
I probably would, yeah.
Pineapple mango habanero hot sauce. I can't eat any of the hot sauces. I am in love. I cannot wait to try some of this. Candies and chocolates. Ooh. Dark chocolate covered sea salt caramels. Pecan paws. Milk chocolate. Chocolate covered Oreos. We used to make those.
They don't sound like something you'd get from the pickle place.
They're so good.
They are so good.
The pickle puffs are so good. And then Steve told us about you can join the Pickle of the Month Club. Yes.
That's crazy.
I know. I'm going to need to do this.
Steve, look what you've started. We've lost Robin. She's gone to the pickle side.
Yeah. We lost her at the pickle side. Oh, yum. These look good. Old South. Let's see. Oh. Okay.
Oh, pickled beets.
Pickled beets. Whole pickled beets. Pickled okra. Hot pickled okra. And pickled green beans. That's the other thing. Pickled green beans. That's another one.
I like pickled green beans.
Mm-hmm. That's actually a decent price. $10 for 16 ounces.
I mean, if pickle juice doesn't have too much sugar in it, it's actually quite healthy.
Yeah.
Has a lot of benefits.
As long as you don't have a problem with salt, you're fine. And he's supposed to take it easy with salt, but yeah, the pickled okra. So there's a couple of places in the area, not the area, but where we can drive to that have a lot of different types of that kind of stuff. Not fresh in the barrels, but lots of jarred things. And they have the pickled okra and the pickled green beans and the pickled beets and all of that kind of stuff. And the pickled garlic. And we always buy a few jars of those. Pickled zucchini. You could pickle some of your zucchini. What about the tomatoes?
I don't know.
What do you think?
I have fire roasted ones. I did.
You should give it a try. It might be too mushy. But some of those small ones you could throw and do a quick pickle on them.
Yeah.
What if you sun-dried them first, the tomatoes?
Yeah. Oh, so I was going to go to Norwegian and I got sidetracked with pickles, as I would normally do. Yeah. And because I was going to look at that NCL. I was going to look at that. Are you still out here, hon? I think we've lost her. Okay, log in. Let's see if it'll let me. Sometimes I can log in, sometimes I can't. Oh, looks like it might let me tonight. It gets halfway there and then it stops. There we go. Okay. Final payment due. Final
pickled
payment.
onions, Sue, something that you can't get in the States like we have them here, or it's something you can't eat anymore?
They're little, the pickled onions.
Yeah.
He loves them. A lot of people put them in their here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, okay. Are you ready? Come on, open, open. See, I've got it marked. Why won't it open? Favorites. It's the Empress Hotel. The Empress Experience. Why won't it open for me? Okay, so now we're going to go explore and plan. It always does this when I try to look stuff up on my phone. And we want shore excursions. And we want it from Victoria, British Columbia. Apply. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, okay. Okay, here we go. The Empress Experience. Did I lose it? I lost it. Here we go. Okay, it's $109. I was wrong, but I get the discount. So I will get the discount. And I'm going to pick the earliest time. It lasts for 2 hours. Spend a delightful evening enjoying the quintessential Victorian tradition of tea and treats, but with an alluring twist. At the Fairmount Empress, an iconic hotel that has graced the shores of the Inner Harbor since 1908. Over the years, a who's who of royalty, dignitaries, and celebrities have enjoyed afternoon tea at the Empress. But this after-hours affair is quite different, as their signature Empress tea will be served iced, not hot. Note, special alcoholic cocktails are available for purchase. The culinary offerings will be equally memorable, as they will include warm white cheddar and chive biscuits, vegan mushroom pate, gluten-free tapioca violet mousse. That sounds disgusting, but I will eat it.
I like tapioca.
Afterwards, you will have free time to enjoy the harbor, including the Parliament buildings, which dominates the skyline. Enjoy a driving tour around the Inner Harbor, which will be dramatically illuminated at night. That sounds really nice. I'm so excited about this. I need to get that picked out before it gets sold out, because I want the earliest time. And we know Dennis isn't going. I'll have to see if Miss Morgan's going to go. With my discount, it's only $59. I think that's quite reasonable.
Wow. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Very, very reasonable. I'm excited about that. I'm so excited about that.
That's a lot of years worth of pickles, Steve.
Now I'm on third getting the boxes now. Third year. Okay. So they must be super, super good. Now, do you try all the different ones? You like the spicy ones and all of that? Or do you just get basic ones each time? I got to check out the shipping. Oh, I do love a good scone. But that's also the night that we have to pack up our rooms. And so for those of you who have not cruised before, the night before you get back, you have to pack everything up, get all of your suitcases packed and put them out in the hallway for them to pick up and load so that you can get off the ship in the morning, which means the only thing you keep is what you're going to wear off the ship and like your toiletries and things. So basically you would keep a carry-on.
Mm-hmm. So, tell me, are American biscuits the same as what we would call a savory scone? I need to ask Sue because she's an Australian, and she knows what an Australian scone is.
A savory scone.
So sweet scones, we would put jam and cream,
Right,
honey,
right.
all that sort of thing. Savory scones aren't sweet.
So you would put like butter on it?
You'd put butter on it. You could put
That's what we do with our biscuits.
yeah.
And I've seen your crumpets. It's sort of in the same neighborhood as a crumpet.
Oh no, nothing like a crumpet.
Hmm.
Nothing like a crumpet.
Well, maybe a crumpet is more like an English muffin.
No. It's well, if you buy a commercial crumpet, it's kind of leathery. It's almost like you cooked a pancake and you know how the bubbles rise and burst to the top, and that's happened and you haven't turned it over. So you've just let it go until just it's all a massive bubbles on top. Pictures online don't do it. I was going to say justice, but don't explain the uniqueness of a crumpet.
Oh yeah. Yep, that's what I've seen.
But then the texture is nothing like a muffin. Yes, but the texture is nothing like a muffin. An English muffin is more bread-like.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Biscuits are lighter than scones. Okay.
Yeah. Ooh, Scottish meat pie. This looks like the hand pies that you make, sort of. So now, what are you calling it? A savory
scone? But Sue says your biscuits are lighter than scones. Amazing all the different things you can make with just a few ingredients.
Yeah.
You know, flour, a fat, a liquid.
Potato scone?
So this is what it's showing me for a savory scone, which is what I expected. So it's just it's just like a sweet scone, but instead of sweet products in it, you've got No, our biscuits are much lighter than that.
Interesting.
Although they look a lot like this. They look like that, but they're way fluffier.
Okay. Although you can, excuse me, depending if you put some bicarb soda or baking powder in there, it can make them rise and be quite soft and fluffy inside as well.
Well, and we do have baking soda biscuits, which are actually heavier than our regular biscuits.
Okay.
It depends on whose grandma's making them, I suppose. Oh, I didn't know that, Steve. You fry English muffins when they're making them?
Never heard of that. Yes, how English muffins are. They're like a bread-like in texture, but they've got like a powder. It's not a powder. It reminds me of gritty, very fine gritty corn.
Yeah, like cornmeal almost.
Yeah.
On the outside. Yep. And then they've got the holes in them like the crumpets do. I like to make sandwiches out of them. They're not as
an English muffin's nothing like a pancake here, Steve. I think it might be a difference in the terminology, similar to what we call a biscuit. You guys call a cookie.
Yeah.
I think there might be something different about what you guys call an English muffin
Mhm.
to what we call an English muffin. Because to me, it's definitely bread-like. It's not, a dense type of bread. It's not fried.
Mhm.
It's nothing like a pancake.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Janice.
This is the perfect English muffin. Whoops, where'd that picture go?
Yeah, crumpets aren't flipped. But the texture's not the same either, Steve.
Like that.
Yeah, but the top's different. Mwah. I'm going to have to send you some. Even if they go moldy, I'm sending you a packet.
So this is what it looks like before you cut it.
No. Well, yes, but no. Yes, but no. Hang on, let me see if I can find a picture.
Yeah. Now I'm interested. And I keep hearing about sourdough. Oh, I forgot to ask her. I think I've ruined my sourdough. It was black when I went to look at it today.
I have another part
Ew, that doesn't sound good.
refrigerator.
I was going to ask. The Grand for some of her runoff, and I forgot to when I was there today.
Okay, so an English muffin is a small, round, flat, yeast-leavened bread, and is commonly, commonly 4 inches and about an inch round and an inch and a half tall.
That sounds like ours.
Split horizontally and served toasted.
Bear bowls.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like they're pretty close.
But you see, a muffin, English muffin and a pancake are nothing like each other in texture.
No, English muffins are about this tall, but they do have the bubbles inside.
Yes, they do have a few. Oh, here's probably a good picture of what ours look like. And they're not soft and fluffy. They're
No, they're dense.
sturdy.
I make sandwiches out of them.
Yes, I put bacon and eggs on mine.
They're heavy enough for a bacon sandwich or a ham sandwich.
And again, it could be the difference between homemade and commercially made.
Oh, he said you cook them kind of like a pancake. True, I've never had a homemade one ever.
No, me either.
But I see there's a couple of YouTube things they're talking about making them and how easy they are. So maybe we will give it a try.
It's all the sort of stuff I'm not supposed to be eating anyway. So.
Right. You and me both. Although,
the recipes that I've seen do look more like a combination between a pancake and a scone.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you mix the two together, you get the height and outer roughness of a scone and the inner softness of a pancake, maybe.
Steve has faith.
Oh, good night, Linda. I hope it's cooled down a bit for you so you can sleep.
Oh, Australia's tied with Japan in the indoor rugby. Wheelchair rugby. They're in overtime. 47-47. Well, that's a lot of points.
That is a lot of points.
Oh, Japan beat 52-51.
Sorry, Japan beat Australia 52-51.
Mm-hmm. I think they're in the semifinals now, though. That's not right. That's not right. Thank you, hon. Good night, Linda. Oh my gosh, yeah, we're over 2 hours. We need to be. It's 11 o'clock for poor Linda. Here all we've done is talk about pickles and crumpets and English muffins, and her and her puppy are going to have to do
A
some.
little bit of geography.
Yeah, a little bit of geography, a little bit of yarn,
But mostly pickles.
but mostly pickles. We're on point with pickles tonight. That's funny. Who ever thought we would go off on a tangent about pickles?
I blame Steve personally.
Well, yeah. I mean, of course. Of course. Hmm. Oh. Sue played the national anthems for Australia and England for an international lacrosse match.
Wow, that's amazing, Sue.
What instrument did you play?
That was my next question.
Oh, there we go. There we go. It is my fault. We started with the pickle pups, which, if we're going to get right down to it, is Morgan's fault.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. I can't blame Robin, Steve, because she's got all my details. She knows where I live. I can't. Her reach is long. But Morgan, yeah, okay. Alto saxophone, wow.
Nice. Yep, and it's too late to have a treat or you'll be up with heartburn all night.
Yeah.
I've learned that the hard way more than once. Ended up sleeping out here on the recliner.
Can we blame that on Steve as well, Linda? Yeah.
Mm. Oh. Oh, I've got to finish sewing tomorrow. I've got to finish 2 bags because I've entered them into the fair and I have to take them on Tuesday.
Ah,
So there's
well, good luck in the fair.
no more getting around it.
Mm.
So that's what I was frantically doing when I wasn't connecting with you, was trying to get that done.
What sort of fabrics are you using for those? What
Well,
prints?
one of them I'm doing. For some reason we are having something to do with Canada, and it has to be. So they're doing honoring Canada something. I don't know. So anyway, it has to be related to Canada. So I've got Canada fabric, just like I had your Australia fabric.
Yeah.
And I already had the fabric and I was already going to make the bag anyway. So I'm like, well, I'll just make that bag and get that submitted. And then I'm picking another one. And I thought, well, I've got the Washington State fabric. It doesn't have the cool map like that one does, but it's got 2 different kinds of Washington. And then one of the fabrics has a whole bunch of names of all the different cities, a bunch of the different cities. So I thought, well, that would be a fun one to put in. So I'll put that one in.
Nice. And what category would that be?
I don't know what they called it. They've got so darn many different categories. In
Yeah.
fact, I think it was other. They didn't have anything to do with bags. So other it is.
That's hilarious, Sue. To practice at home, Sue had to make a muffler out of old school tights because her mum wanted her to.
They've been sitting in the refrigerator for a little while.
Yeah. So I guess there's a big, was that a soccer match in Brazil?
No, football.
A football? Our kind of football?
Yeah.
I guess there's a big football game going to happen in Brazil. It's been all over
Football's usually
the
soccer,
TV.
isn't it? That's
Huh?
Brazil usually does soccer, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, he said football, but it could be their football. You sure?
Which is what the soccer is. I think the rest of the world calls it football.
Yeah.
And Australia does. Football for us is rugby league, which is not soccer. We still tend to call it soccer, hence our name, the Socceroos. And you guys, gridiron is your football, isn't it?
It is historic NFL football showdown in Brazil between the Packers and the Eagles. So two football teams are going over there to play football.
Yes. We've had some of our teams go over to the US to play rugby league.
Well, his stepson, his job is he goes into these places and sets up like big stage lighting for big concerts and games and stuff like that. Well, he's going over there to set the lights up for this.
Oh, okay. Oh.
24th season in Brazil against Green Bay. September 6th. So it's probably there right now because it's September 6th in Sao Paulo. They have a whole schedule and everything. I guess it's a thing over there.
They're not just exhibition matches? Or they did. Okay.
The first NFL regular season game. Go Eagles. Yeah, neither one of those are my team. I don't care about either one of them. So the Eagles are the designated home team. As of right now, they don't know what time the game's going to start. It's getting a little close to not know. Of course, I don't know how old this article is. And we can watch it on Amazon or PlayStation.
Thanks for clarifying that, Sue, because it's good to have an Australian who knows what I'm talking about, who's in America and knows what the Americans are talking about. That doesn't get lost in translation.
Yeah. That's hilarious. No, I had no idea. I just knew it was happening. I didn't really know what the details were. No idea. But he goes all over the place setting up, doing that light stuff. Oh, man. Well, folks, we're almost coming up on 2.5 hours, and I'm getting tired. I'm about ready for my dinner and eat some more of my pickle pups. Steve, I'm going to have to check into this, getting one of these Pickle of the Month subscription. Ooh, so I just canceled. I finally did it. I canceled my subscription to the
Jimmy Bean?
No, to the yarn one.
Jimmy Bean.
Jimmy Beans. I canceled Jimmy Beans so I could transfer that to the pickle subscription. That's hilarious. I do want to try that half sour. Yeah. Now the only subscription I've got left for yarn is the quarterly Afghan. And I you know, I don't know how I ended up on. I ended up paying for a whole year again this year. And I need to contact them and figure out how to make that not happen. And I was going to stop that this year too when it was done. I'll bet you it's coming up on it. Maybe I need to put that on my list of phone calls because there's a very good chance I've got enough Afghan kits.
Probably. I usually put a reminder in my calendar on my phone a few days before, like any subscription, not that I do Annie's or anything like that, expiring, cancel or something like that, so that I remember and put an alarm on.
I don't even know when it expires, but I can call them and find out.
Yeah.
So that
Steve, I know nothing about gridiron or American football and any of the teams. Well, I've heard of Dodgers, but aren't they in California?
Dodgers is baseball.
Oh, okay. See,
even I know that.
Oops, they're the same thing, aren't they? No, a ball and people and running around. I guess no bats, but they've got helmets in gridiron.
Not even close to the same. Not even.
Yeah, so I had no idea where the Eagles were based. I wouldn't have even known. No.
And if you'd have told me Eagles, I don't even know. I thought I could have come up with Philadelphia. Now Packers, I do know is green. Oh, that's funny. They're both green.
I was going to say the Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles are both green and white. Again, Rams fans here.
And so you may be Americanized, but you've still got your Aussie roots there and know what we're talking about.
Oh. Nah. Too much fun. So, all right, guys, we're going to let you go. And I will maybe I'll do a live of all the stuff that I'm putting in the fair before I drop it off. If I remember. That's my problem. I go, I should do this. You guys will laugh at me. Of course, you already see how ridiculous I am. I needed to go to Staples to get a print order to the print shop. And I pull into the parking lot and parked in the space. Do you know where I was? I was not at Staples. I went to Hobby Lobby. And I wasn't thinking of Hobby Lobby. It wasn't like I got to do this. But they're in the same strip mall. And my car just automatically went right to Hobby Lobby and parked.
Yep. Muscle memory for your car.
Yep.
Well, we're here. I know where we're going.
Oh, I know where we go here.
That's right.
Park right over here, Mom.
Look, I found a really good spot for you right outside the front door. That's funny.
And then Mister's got a thing on his phone where he can see where I'm at.
Oh, no.
Thing. And so he's like, did you go to Joann's? I go, no, I did not go to Joann's. I went to Staples, which is like 2 doors down from Joann's. So, yeah, it's always something. Yeah, that's about every 15 minutes.
Yes.
So, alrighty, I'm going to let you guys go, and we'll connect sometime during this week. And I do have a new Jimmy Beans thing that I need to unbox. I haven't even done that yet. We were so busy at the shop on Saturday. normally I've got a little bit of a lull between 10 and 11. And one of my knitting ladies showed up and she's like, yeah, my husband's over there shopping and I just decided I'd come in here and sit and knit while he shops. And I'm like, okay. So
That's nice.
I came in and knitted. And then I had some other ladies come in. Oh, and Mindfully Crochet. Is that her thing? Does somebody know her? Mindfully Crochet. She came into the shop. She was in town visiting some friends, and she brought the friends into the shop, and they had a wonderful time visiting.
Nice.
So she was there for probably 45 minutes anyway. So that was a nice surprise. But I spent most of my shop time tidying up the earrings. I did not realize how much of a mess they were until I sat down and started tidying them up. And I had to fill up a lot of empty spaces, but I also have to make a bunch. I just got a whole bunch of new charms in, plus those ones that I'm going to order as soon as she gets that one made for me. And yeah, Mara. That's it, Amy. Yeah, she came into the shop on Saturday. So that was really nice.
Is she a local, like around your area, or she was coming from out of
not
state?
sure exactly where she's from, but I had a feeling like a couple hours away anyway, because she's coming to the Yarny Social. But yeah, that was quite a surprise. And I recognized her, but of course I couldn't remember her name. You know me and names. So, but that was fun. That was fun to visit with her a little bit. But they had come, their friends had, there was a game or something in town. They were here for the school. So, and for Gonzaga. They're here for something at Gonzaga. So, but anyhow, that was a fun. We had a really fun day on Saturday. It was just busy enough. I was moving around all day, and my lady came in for her crochet lesson, and we are still working on chains and singles. I tried to do my regular process with her, and it was too confusing. So we went backwards, and we went to, because I like to start out with a double crochet or a half double crochet, and it was too much. So we went back to the single crochet. And she's getting it. It's looking good. It's looking good. So,
all right.
So, all righty. We'll see you guys later. Bye. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah, I had forgot that.